Okay guys, I am going to be working on this boat. All right, it's been sitting here for a while. I've got to get the boat off the trailer, get the bottom fiberglass, get the inside fiberglass, get it all sanded, painted. I got a little bit of repair work to do. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about that, you know, but if you want to kind of follow along and join me on my journey to get this boat back in the water, you're more than welcome to. This is kind of going to be just, you know, kind of hanging out and just, you know, moving right along. So, but if you're interested, you know, kind of hang out with us or hang out with me, and we're going to get this boat back on the water. Yeah, I'm going to be using this to lift the outboard motor off the back of my commercial fishing boat that I'm about ready to fiberglass. So I just come out to check and see what tools I needed. Oh, that's loose. That's nice. That part's going to be easy. How about that? Alright, so I'm just going to get that like there. And let's see if that other one, I don't think I'm going to have that much luck. Nope, I'm gonna have to go get me an adjustable wrench for that. All right, I think I got what I need to get that one nut off of there. This is the ram jack, and that's got, it sounds like it's got the oil in it, which is good. And so anyway, I got an adjustable wrench because I didn't want to guess at what size this was. Not tight at all. I was sitting out here all this time. I was just, you know, I was thinking I was going to have a hard time breaking that loose, but apparently not. Okay, so once I get this here nut off, I can just, I'm going to have to figure out how to support that maybe, huh? But like me, and probably a lot of you guys out there too, you just gotta figure out how to get it done and try not to have to do it more than twice. Yeah, I was just thinking about that boat. I got to get to work on it. That boat actually was that commercial boat with all the crab traps and so forth was a part of my business expansion. At one time, when we had the boat, I used to go down every weekend. I mean, it was just like beautiful to be out on the water all the time. And I was there like every weekend. Friday came around, that's where I was. And I'd be sitting up in the captain's chair on the fly bridge. And I was always thinking to myself, boy, it sure be nice to be able to work on the water, make money and do this all the time. Well, little did I know at that time, which was way before I had actually even invested in the commercial boat and so forth. I didn't realize it was going to be what was going to save us after we moved out of the house. Moved out, yeah, right. Wow, this is going to be awesome. Now I can go get the red truck, get this loaded up in the back of it, and get over there and get that motor off that boat. Ugh. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, before I cut myself off, is the godsend, I guess you could say, as far as getting that commercial fishing license in that boat. At the time when I bought it, everything was going just fine, and I was using cash flow to keep the pool hall running, keep the flooring business going, pay all the bills. And so, with what had happened was that the boat, I had a mechanic, I had a carburetor fire on it is what I had. And I had some burnt wires and stuff, and the insurance company was going to pay a mechanic to go ahead and do all the repair work on the wire. Well, the mechanic he had to get down alongside the back of the engine, so it takes the exhaust hose off the back of the boat. And dummy left the exhaust hose off and just let the boat sit there. I mean, this is a $65,000 boat. I only had it insured for $45,000. I never really expected for it to sink like that. So anyway, it was like New Year's Eve. I get a call from the marina that, Randy? I said, yeah. He said, your boat's sunk. New Year's Day. Anyway, so needless to say, I did try to go buy another boat, and I did find one. I made an offer on one, and the guy was so upset with the offer, tore up the contract and said, ain't no way. So anyway, I didn't end up buying that boat. So I had the opportunity to go ahead and buy a commercial fishing boat, and I got about 800 crab traps that I had purchased to go with it. And so, you know, I started running or having somebody run the boat for me while I was still working. You know, that's the plan. Take money from one business, build another. And so what I was actually trying to do was create enough cash flow. I mean, we had a lot of cash flow. You know, and life wasn't really all that bad. What I really need to do is pull this truck up a little bit so I can just set that wire down there on that ground. I gotta get all that wire cut. So anyway, in the meantime, while I was running the crabbing business, you know, of course, you know, being, you know, that we had a boat, we were like really familiar with the local marine supply store. And this fella at the marine supply store, one of the things that he does is supply commercial fishermen and crabbers with crab traps and crab wire. So while we were running boy, there's a lot of story in there. I guess really honestly, you know, like back when, you know, we had to bug out, I guess, and come out here, you know, we left everything else behind, and I started working on the water. You know, to bring I guess a short end to that little story. And so the crabbing boat and the crabbing business put me back on the water, put me on the water where I wanted to be to begin with, making a little bit of money, and then being out here with hardly no bills. On top of that, we could actually work the boat and be here. Now I pulled the traps out of the water a couple years ago, you know, due to FWC trap closure, which is what they do so that you can they can go through and pick out all the derelict traps left behind. If you got yours out of the water, anything in the water gets yanked and thrown away. So that year though, I pulled my last cork. The crabs had gotten so bad that there wasn't any. And everybody around here started selling all their endorsements and selling their equipment because they couldn't make any money. But luckily for us, being in the position that we are, we had started building traps for this fella, just kind of like, you know, part-time, kind of fill in. And when I pulled the traps out of the water, you know, I think I pulled 300 traps and only got like, you know, 100 pounds crab, which is like a box and a half, which is nothing. The last 100 traps I pulled out, I got a half a box. It's been getting progressively worse. Normally I could catch like 15 boxes, 10 80-pound boxes, but it got down, each year that went by, it got down to like 6, and then it got down to like 4, and then it got down to like 2. Not good. So anyway, I pulled the traps out of the water, and you've seen them in the other videos. I just let them set on the hill over there. Well, we call dry land the hill. And I just let them set over there for the last couple of years, and I let the boat set. And so what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm kind of getting an itch to get back on the water. And so that's the reason I put got the cherry picker going. I'm going to lift the motor off the boat, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of work. I saved up enough money to get enough fiberglass resin and fiberglass to put a coat on the bottom of the boat and on the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and sand the boat down and give it a new paint job with a roller. But you'll see how I do it. I'll kind of document it. You guys can spend a little time following me on that if you like. But right now I am ready to take this truck and go get that cherry picker and get it over there and see if I can get that motor. I got to pick up a sheet of plywood along the way so that I have something to roll the cherry picker on. Actually, I got a sheet right here, so I don't have to worry about that. Cool. All right. Woo, boy, I tell you. Somehow or another, a possum ended up dead laying over there off that side of that road. It stinks. Oh, man. Just my luck. I got a flat tire. Tammy's looking for my coffee cup. One says Pawpaw on it. Anyway, it's in the red truck. So I go. Anyway, I'm getting it. I went to go get the air compressor because I told her that the tire is flat on the truck, right? So I'm walking with the air compressor. I'm on my way out to the truck to blow the tire up. And so she's following me. She goes, "Where's the truck?" And I said, "Where do you think I'm going?" I said, "I'm taking the air compressor to go put air in the tire. Just follow me. It's right over here." So anyway, I mean, it seemed kind of, humorous to me.
It was.
She's actually standing behind the camera. She's not appropriately dressed for the YouTube world. You ain't even got a microphone on. Why are you talking? Anyway, I was going to do a video. I fixed this air compressor some time ago, and I got a video where I put a pressure switch on it. Okay. I guess you live out in the middle of the woods and you don't talk much. You kind of get tongue-tied, right? Because you don't have practice in saying what you're trying to say. But anyway, so but I was going to do video. And I don't hear a lot about this. One of the most important tools that you could possibly have out in the middle of the woods or on your homestead is an air compressor. And do you know what the number one most important tool is? An air chuck. If you don't have an air chuck to plug into the end of the hose, well, you could just take this and shove it on the valve stem and hope it fills up and hope it don't get stuck on the valve stem. But without air, this truck don't roll. Without air, the tire on the tractors don't move. Without air, Tammy's Jeep, when it has a flat, just sits there. Air compressor. 20-pound tank on wheels. That's what you need. That way you can drag it a couple hundred feet and it ain't gonna hurt. And it holds enough air to fill the tire up. I didn't realize this tire was flat. I just pushed the gas pedal and it rolled. So let me get this tire blow back up and I'll be back on course. Rice. Can you see the truck move? Yep. That tire was flat. I mean, it just wasn't low on air. It didn't have any air. And I just had this tire I put on it not too long ago. I'm gonna have to take some time. But with the colder nights, it could have had something to do with expansion and contraction. I don't know. Come on, fill up. Keep going. You still flowing air. Gotta have a 20-pound tank. This tank here holds 150 pounds of pressure when it's full. And technically the tire's got to be blowed up on the rear of this truck to 80 pounds. So it can haul, you know, handle the load. Come on. It's still pumping air in there. It'll roll like that. All right. Well, you know what this means? Time for a coffee break.